of two characters and players you shouldn't sleep on either. It's gonna be Synnister and Marvale. Synnister on Ken Masters, a character we do not see often at this point in the metagame.
Last time we actually saw Synnister on the Ryu. So a little switch up on there. I know the Ken is way more well-known. And continuing on this, we'll see what both these players can do. This is a match I've seen plenty of times in the spirit of SoCal. We'll have to see what Marvale can do. Continuing with the ledge, with the ledge trap, and I like this. Continuing on this pressure, the show does have a hard time, and especially the fact that you're gonna try to use like those focus to try to get out of this pressure situations. But yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Palutena has access to so many excellent multi-hits that just eats right through it.
This matchup has, one axis that it tends to hinge on. Does Ken hit every parry on the planet? Okay, he has a chance in the matchup. Otherwise, Palu just does such a good job, as you mentioned, utilizing those multi-hits, utilizing that invulnerable back air, and just her aerial momentum to dance around Ken Masters. However, Ken's punish game, once again, by really being that saving grace, allowing him to play back into these games and allowing Synnister to convert off the smallest punish into a stock just like that.
Yeah, a little bit of a mistake with that down tilt. Way too much lag on that one. Synnister able to kind of crawl in. Great usage of the drag down into the up tilt. Evens up the stock count real fast. And we'll have to see what can be done. Because, like, it's kind of like what we saw earlier against Bean and Stefan, right? You had such a great start at the beginning, but you're unable to kind of clean it up and continue the momentum forward. No reverse snare instead. It's going to be finishing off on the aerial. Get stuck on the ledge. Great 1-2 conversion. Ritual, this is kind of exactly what we kind of saw in stock number 1, but we'll have to see if Marvale wants to avoid repeating history.
Synnister here as well finds the opportunity off that crescent kick, but not able to convert, overextend. So now it's going to be Marvale's turn to find some corner pressure. Great up special to find the way back to the ledge, but not able to get too much more. And now Synnister going to be the one to find that stage control, push it back way around. The great drop off platform there with the back air to find a way back down to stage. These two are just going back and forth at it right now, right? These are full-on aggressive characters in this matchup.
Great recovery. Doesn't get the spike, unfortunately. Oh my goodness. Yep. So close, and now Marvale's got to be careful. You can't go for those overextensions because Synnister just punished it, just like stock number 1, including the parry game, like you said earlier, kind of showing off on there. Great damage. Caught Marvale not hitting the button, so it's going to be so much more damage. Continuing on with this aggression. Patience gets rewarded, but Marvale, quick with a down smash, reacts to it. A Synnister didn't see any movement, so didn't use any option. Instead, tricks yourself out. Now you're stuck in this train.
Wow, Marvale is going to end it all there. Now Synnister caught in the blender, trying desperately to find a way to get away. I like Marvale prioritizing the platform tech chases above all else, recognizing, hey, Ken is only powerful when those toes are on the ground, so you need to keep him off of it at all costs. However, one crescent kick combo could just be it. 1 weak down to 1 P-jab. Wolf Scratch could be all she wrote. If Synnister gets his feet on the ground, it is terrifying for Marvale.
Yeah, Marvale can't flinch. You can't make any small mistake at this point. What a call out with the up smash as well. Yeah, wasn't good enough. Should have hit reaction to that one. And yeah, that's gonna be it's either be a shield poke. You can't go for those options. That's the thing we have to do, especially against like the Shotas. You can't be panicking at these high percentages. They have so much ways to do it. Like that was 2 times that Marvale tried to go for the air dodge, and unfortunately doesn't work out on the second time. So Synnister will be taking game number 1 in this kind of back and forth game that Marvale seemed to always be in the lead slightly, but all of a sudden, true to Ken with that firepower, just kind of lit it up and was able to just keep on moving forward.
It definitely looked like, that may have been a shield poke. It may have been an attempt at a parry that just was mistimed. But Marvale now going to answer back by going to Final Destination. And those less initiated might say, hey, Ken loves Final Destination. Why would Palu take him here? The answer is there's nowhere for him to get away from these nairs. There's no platforms to assist with his landing. And Palu can juggle him 7 ways to Sunday, right? If you needed to pray for an answer, the goddess is going to give it to you here on Final Destination if you can just keep to your discipline.
Yeah, and interestingly enough, I felt like the platforms were helping Marvale a lot more than Synnister, so it's interesting to see the counter pick be on Final Destination. So we'll have to see what can be done, considering the fact that Marvale, once again, making a statement with this percent lead, on with that ledge trap and anti-air with the dash tech. I like that, catching all these options and continuing the pressure. But Ritual, what's the #1 thing I talk about? Marvale gets that lead, but who's going to finish?
Yeah, it's gonna be Synnister time and time again, and the way he steals these stocks away, my friend, is eponymous. It's straight up evil. Finds the parry and the Tatsu now, just whacking up the damage to the corner, but the tried and true Palu back air gonna give you a hug and send you to the blast zone. Say, hey, you can't extend a lead on me that easily.
There we go. That's what I was looking for earlier. The reverse nair from there. So real good stuff on there. Yeah, I was able to kind of take it with that Palu back throw. But at the same time, once again, like, I get nervous. Every single time I see Marvale in the lead, I'm like, it's looking great, but I'm afraid, and maybe Marvel's also afraid at the same time that Sinner is able to find those few moments in on there and robs the stock away. We'll have to see this ledge trap can finish, but Marvale unable to kind of continue this going as Synnister once again returns to neutral. Tries to go for a raw Tatsu, but gets cut off.
And Synnister once again with the discipline, but Marvale that time ready, recognizing the only answer out is gonna be that ledge jump to find the stock, but gets one answered back in turn. The DP gonna close it out, and Synnister finds these conversions off neutral win into a 1-2-3 hit combo. He has not found the extensions that make Ken so explosive at all this game. He's just been dominating neutral against Marvale.
And we'll have to see what can be done. Synnister trying to force their way in using that nair, but instead it's going to be Marvale striking back. Forced on that ledge. Too many jumps, getting hit with too much, and that's something I've kind of noticed. Like, Synnister is really patient with these options, but doesn't have the reaction time sometimes to back it up. We saw earlier how many times Marvale could have ended on there, but the patience so far is being rewarded. Cuts off the Tatsu. Yes, you can finish it off for Marvale. A little bit of an anticlimactic ending, but does clean it up.
That's a, you know, you said it's anticlimactic, Wolf Scratch, but at the end of the day, we take those, right? If you're Marvale, well, you were coming out feeling like you were playing very well in the lead all throughout game one. As you mentioned, it felt like Marvale had the lead the entire game along, but it was Synnister who took every single stock first. Here in game two, though, it was just a different story. Marvale forced a slightly slower pace of the game, stopped pushing these extra scrap interactions where Synnister would just find a read and convert it into a stock, and then just played his game plan and executed the edge guards to find that game two. Game three, we're back to PS2, the site of game one. Can he stick to the game plan?
Honestly, all Marvale needs to kind of do, as you said earlier, utilize those platforms, try to go for these little different mix-ups, but all Synnister just kind of needs to maintain that little bit of aggression as well as the mix-up time, maybe catch like a stray like Palu on those platform mix-ups, able to get like an up air of some sort that can lead into a quick Shoryu for a nice conversion. But resuming back to neutral, I love this from Marvale. Both them playing really patient. Synnister trying to close the gap with that little raw Tatsu, gets punished for a little bit of damage. Both of them going relatively even, and finally the nair connects, but not enough damage. Both of them are not getting a huge amount of rewards for their hits, but the quick bear coming in. Marvale hit up on there. Really good stuff in this neutral game. Both of them really fighting hard, and not even these hits are letting Synnister getting wrapped up on their rituals. Looking so good so far, and I talked about those platforms.
Yeah, doing a great job finding a way back down with them, but the biggest difference so far compared to games 1 and 2 from Synnister is we saw him a lot trying to trap Marvale's landings and getting a lot of mileage off them, but here he's trying to find a lot more ways in to be the aggressor with these landing aerials, and Marvale's just blowing him up for it. He hasn't had a way to find a single hit to get what he wanted started from the first couple games, and the only difference has been that he's now playing proactive instead of reactive, and Marvale is punishing him about as hard as you can for it.
Oh yeah. Marvale's eating Synnister alive at this point. Oh, and the up smash call out. I like it, but unable to get anything off of that proximity heavy jab. So that's really unfortunate. You might be dead here. Counter, no, that's way too close to the ledge. Great bear, oh, and the Tatsu as well. Doesn't tech down, but able to successfully make it back on there. That's gonna be a punish. That is safe. And oh no, all of a sudden, talked about earlier how I want Marvale to be able to finish off these stocks, and Marvale telling me to shut up, get the stock taken as well, but a whole stock lead to work with. Synnister's got a big hill to climb, but if there's gonna be a character that does it, it's gonna be Ken.
Yeah, Ken, very capable, right, of blowing you up. He, in fact, rules in these situations, right? Going to just find so many opportunities to blow up a stock, just calls you out with a neutral air, a down tilt, or that Shoryu, and that can just be it. Marvale, though, playing so disciplined and not overextending, not forcing these scrambles like he was before, just saying, okay, I'm gonna wait and I'm gonna nair, because what do you do against it?
Yeah, I mean, how many times Synnister try to like get in with their own like nair as well, but the priority that Palutena has is just overwhelms you, and as well as when you have limbs, you don't have disjoints. It's gonna be a little hard on there. Oh, that Tatsu actually looked like a Street Fighter 6 setup with them kind of hitting it from the reverse side of it, but continuing on with the aggression, great tomahawk, and honestly, if Marvale is just able to kind of keep this aggression going, trap him on there with the uppers, and as well as delayed, great call out with the jump, and it's gonna shut it out.
I love that from Marvale there at the end saying, "Hey, I don't need to play the aggressive combo game. I don't need to push my advantage to the nines. I'm going to just play neutral. I'm going to play a slower advantage. I'm going to shadow your movement, and I'm going to make you uncomfortable. Hit after hit after hit. And it doesn't need to be true. It can just be get off me, rinse, repeat, over and over again. Shadowing your movement, making you uncomfortable till you inevitably make that one mistake, which gets capitalized on, calls out the jump with the up air, and locks out the game. Beautiful, just destabilization and execution of the download across a 3-game set.
Yeah, it looked like that Marvale and Synnister switched places. Like from game number one, Synnister was just kind of smothering out Marvale with a bunch of like different attacks as well. Like sure, it was like a last stock, last hit situation, but some of the things just kind of favored Synnister out in those situations. But the Final Destination game got a little nervous because you know you can see what these show players can do and no utilization of the platform, a little bit lacking. And that was a crazy combo. That Nair hitting all the way from behind, pushing Marvale forward, be able to get that combo down on there. Really scary stuff, but that was such a good mix-up by Marvale, able to really just kind of keep it calm and collected, and at the end, use that momentum from game number 2.
On that neutral air as well, because it came out so many times. It was really like one of those main things that we saw Synnister looking for, but that was one of the real only times we saw it convert. And those neutral airs not finding their mark to capitalize in the same way might have been a difference maker in this set, right? If Synnister was just able to find a couple more confirmed, or just 1 or 2 less interactions per game, might have been all that he needed in order to take the set. Instead, though, it's gonna be Synnister going down to the loser's side to fight Delta Force. That's gonna be Shotos versus Link, yet another rare matchup, as we've got BD Bean and Sobriquet Sola going out on the other side. That's gonna be probably Wario versus Hero, and then Stefan and Marvale going at it here in winners finals in just a moment. Well, this is a bracket that feels like it's about as a mix between 2019 Ultimate and 2024 Ultimate as there's ever been. Right? We've got Link, we've got Palutena, we've got Wario, and then we've got Hero, Shotos, and Steve. And it's just, right, this is the world we live in now, and it's beautiful chaos.
It could be worse. There's a lot